Hey guys, as you can see in the title of today's video, we're going to be going over Saint, tips and tricks, intermittent beginner, stuff like that. This isn't really an in-depth video, of more of an aspect of very pro advanced tips. This is more of a basic, stuff like that. But it's still very nice to learn these tips and tricks. There's going to be some numbers in here, just basic stuff you need to know if you're going to be starting Saint, or if you just want to learn how to play Saint if you already are playing. And that's it. We're going to be going over some numbers, some facts, some things you need to know while playing him, and that's it. Not too much to learn. Let's get started. Alright, now before we officially start this video, I'm going to need you guys to drop a like, follow if you want to see more videos, and comment down below if you want to see a specific type of rogue. I'm going to be doing a video on each one, but if there's a certain rogue you want to see sooner than later, just type it down below, and I'll be sure to do that one pretty soon. Thank you. Alright guys, to get started off, you can play any rogue any certain type of way, but with Saint, my personal preference is to play very passively. You want to stay behind, your teammates when you're pushing, do your damage. In case of a down teammate out of reach, you want to shoot your drone over for the revive, which we'll be going over more of the drone later on in the video. A cool thing about Saint is one of your grenades is actually a trip mine, and this can be very useful in so many different situations. Say if you want to stop your opponent from flanking a certain part of the map, you just place it down where, there's an entrance to that area. And that kind of grants you the ability to focus on grabbing or holding the point, or just focusing your aim down a certain hallway, which you don't have to worry about focusing on that hallway anymore. Very useful if you want to watch your flanks. Saint actually has a very good variety of guns. The first primary weapon we're going to go over is the Mamba, which is a very deadly burst assault rifle. It has really good body damage and a very short reload time, so if that's what you're into, go ahead and grab it. There's tiers to each weapon, and when I say these tiers, they're in order. So the tiers that you can buy for this Mamba is you get a plus 12 mag size, plus 8 handling, plus 7 range. And these things are very crucial for this weapon, such as the handling. It's a, it's a burst rifle. You want to have good handling when you're using it. So, if you want to get up to that tier, if you want to go all the way up to the 3rd tier, plus 7 range, go ahead. But these are kind of the 3 things you can expect while upgrading this weapon. Now, on the contrary to the burst rifle, there's a fully auto rifle. It is the MLX Mark IV, and it actually beats the Mamba in handling, which can be useful at times. Now, when you scope in with your weapons, you're usually in that third person over the shoulder range view where you're not really scoped in, but with this rifle, it actually fully zooms into the scope, which can be used very usefully when you're providing that long range support for your team, kind of staying back, shooting down, healing from far away, things like that. This weapon is, if you want to play passive, this is the weapon you want to use, guys. Now we're going to go over the tiers for this weapon. The first tier will grant you a plus 10 mag size. The second one is a plus 12 handling, and the last one is a plus 4 range, as well as a suppressor. Now, these tiers are very useful, especially with the handling as well. I know I said the same thing for the Mom, but handling is very, useful in this game. You don't want to have crazy recoil, especially with this weapon, because this is the burst rifle. That's more of a burst. You can tap. This one, you're holding down majority of the time, spraying down your teammates. You want to have good range, good handling, and a decent mag size. Now, each class has their perks that you're able to purchase, and majority of the perks are available in each class, but there's some that are specific to a class, kind of. So for this class, there's a perk called Helping Hand for Saint. There might be a chance that someone else might not have that perk. So each player has their certain perks as well as general perks that every character has. And we're gonna be going over some of these perks. I'm not gonna go in full depth because you don't really need to. I'm just gonna give the name of the perk as well as kind of a basic summary of what they do. And the first example of this is Evade. And basically, after you get damage, you just move faster for a short amount of time. It can be useful in some situations. It's more of a lower tier perk, doesn't cost that much money. So if you see this fitting in your style of play, go ahead, grab it. Now another one of these perks is actually Cloaked, and you are no longer able to become revealed by enemies. Personally, this is one of the perks that I always get, especially mainly if there's a rogue on the other team that has the ability to reveal you. I'd grab it. Don't always grab it, because if there's no chance of you being revealed, don't worry about it. It'll just end up being a waste of your money, which you can spend on other perks or upgrading weapons, whatever you want to do. Now we're going to move on to Helping Hand. As I said before, this is kind of like a rogue, like a certain rogue perk. I don't think every rogue has this. Now, this perk, you just revive down teammates faster manually plus your drone. Now, if you're going to be playing Saint, you want to get this. You're the team healer. You have to get this. It's a must-buy, in my personal opinion. Now there's Bounce Back, which is reduced regen delay. Once again, one of those ones pretty useful. If you want to grab it, go ahead. Now there's Headstrong. Okay. It grants you plus 25 armor at the start of each round. This is also you can buy, you cannot buy. It really doesn't change too much. If you're going to be rushing in, you're going to want this. It grants you that plus 25 armor. If you're going to be kind of staying back, it'd be more smart to spend your money on other perks, other things that you're going to be using. Now we're going to move on to tracker rounds, and this is pretty basic. After damaging an enemy, it reveals that specific player to your team for a short amount of time. Can be useful. It's up to you. These perks are all up to you, your personal gameplay. The only one I recommend you getting each time is Helping Hand as the team healer. And this is kind of off topic, but as you can see, this gameplay, we pretty much demolished them. I don't think I kind of cut off the gameplay pretty early. It was a 4v1. We won. There was no, it just didn't get exciting anymore. And this guy actually, he started eating up. He was doing really good. I'm not gonna lie. He came back almost. But let's get back to the facts. Alright, now we're going to be going over some important notes that I kind of forgot to cover. The first one is, if you're sending your drone to revive a downed ally and they get finished off by the enemy, that drone comes right back to you. And you don't have to wait for it to reload for you to regain it. You get it right back. So this can be useful in many situations. Say if you have maybe, 2 downed allies, your drone's on one of them, they get finished off. Send that drone over to the next downed ally. You can still revive them. Also, while reviving someone with your drone, be mindful that it only replenishes 1 bar of their health. So it'd be very smart to provide them some cover after they've been revived, so they kind of have some time to either escape, regain some of their health back, and fend for their own. Because if you just send that drone over and it heals them and they're still in the same situation that they died in, it's most likely they're going to die again, and that'd just be a waste of your drone, which you could use in a much more useful situation. So if you're shooting your drone over to help a teammate out, make sure you're giving them some cover. They need it. Now, if you're able to manually revive a downed teammate, you and your teammate both gain a significant amount of health. This is one of the it's a passive ability that Saint has. It's called medical expertise. Only Saint is able to do this. once again, as a team healer, it makes sense. So if you were healing a teammate, you know, you're gonna gain some health back. So you can use that kind of in, you know, if you really want to be strategic, you and your teammate behind cover, you're in the same party, you're chatting. You know, if you both need some health, let him get down, heal him real quick. Especially if you have that ability I was talking about the E4, Helping Hand. Revive him in like 2 seconds. You both have basically full health now. This can be useful in very tight situations. So, if you wanna, you know, get some extra health, make sure to use this ability to your, you know, what you need to do with it. It doesn't also always have to be used in that kind of way. You can, you know, just use how it's meant to be. If you have a downed teammate, go revive him, you'll go get some health. It's kind of your job. Now, that is all with the same beginner intimate guide. I give you guys some tips, some tricks, a basic rundown of Saint. I'm going to be giving more of a in-depth Saint rundown eventually. I'm not too sure when. It'll probably be after I get all the kind of basic intermittent guides for all the other rogues that are available in the game at the moment. Once again, you guys, if you guys want any specific Saint rundown quicker, comment them down below. I'm gonna be doing all of them, but if you want one sooner than another, give me a comment, let me know, and I will do it. I'll give you guys a heart up on your comment letting you know that's the next one. And for the future, I'm probably gonna be doing a 2020 roadmap rundown. They actually posted this on Twitter. Some of the things are already in play, but there's some future ones that I have some of my personal ideas on. Some things that I would change, some things I'd leave the same. Kind of going to be more of a short video, just some thoughts. Probably going to do my full review of Rogue Company at its current state at some point in the future. So, once again, you guys want to watch out for these things. Turn post notifications on. And drop a follow, drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching this from. I'm actually very interested in that. I want to know where you guys are at. And that's it for this video. If you guys liked it, just watch out for future videos. Thank you.